China is still man's longest construction project, with some parts of it over 2,000 years old. It remains one of the world's leading tourist attractions.
It's something you only get 20 years, and so we've done it.
When you come to China, what's the first thing that comes to mind is the Great Wall?
It's the seventh wonder of the world, and we're proud of it.
The wall's existence, though, is under threat. Off the tourist trail, the wall is but a shadow of its former self, and in some places just a pile of rocks. Most of the existing wall was built during China's Ming dynasty. In total, it stretches over 6,200 kilometers from the sea to the desert, built mainly for protective and trade purposes to keep out invaders and regulate the Silk Road. The wall itself now needs to be protected, not from hordes of barbarians, but hordes of tourists. Visitors sometimes carve words into the wall, others steal rocks or even destroy parts of it for fun. Under constant assault from humans as much as time, archaeologists and other specialists are now sounding the alarm. They say the wall is in great danger.
According to our estimates, 1/3 of the wall, around 2,200 kilometers, has already disappeared. In some places you can't even tell it was there. It's time to act.
Today, only around 10% of the wall is considered to be in good shape, but in other places, like where this photograph was taken 100 years ago, it simply vanished. The struggle facing conservationists is to maintain the wall, with very few resources available. Chan Roshan lives at the foot of the wall 300 kilometers from Beijing and works to preserve it using only his simple tools.
These roots cause fissures in the rocks and threaten to make cracks appear in the wall. Normally we would wait for the government to do this work. I don't receive any money to do this. I just volunteer.
Many others are needed to work on the wall if it is to be saved, but at least Chan Roshan gets recognition for his labours. Awareness of the wall's plight appears to be picking up elsewhere too. Now, for the first time in China, an appeal has been launched online for €1 million to restore 500 metres of the wall.
Next, when you think of Australian wildlife, one furry friend often comes to mind, the koala. For decades, it was legal to hunt the marsupial and sell its fur. That put the population in danger. Our Joanna Cockrell tells us how conservation efforts have led to one Australian island becoming a veritable koala haven.
Hidden amongst the lakes in eastern Australia lies a 6-kilometre-long island, where the koala is king. But that wasn't always the case. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, koalas were hunted for their fur, a successful global trade that decimated the population. The Australian government introduced a series of conservation measures, and in 1953, 32 koalas were relocated and released onto Raymond Island, where they thrived.
There are two more. On this side you can see the face a little bit.
These German tourists, like many others, are here just to see the marsupials.
We want to catch them and cuddle. I think they are so fluffy.
With no natural predator and an abundance of eucalyptus, the koala population has boomed here. They now outnumber the locals. But it's not all good news. Photographer Andrew Bald was born on the island and has witnessed firsthand the effect the koalas have had.
I've seen the landscape change. It was pristine managum forest area, and basically the koalas have taken out probably 75% of the trees. This one here is typical overbrowsing, where the canopy, or what we call the top of the tree. With koalas, if they can't reach the outer branch, when they're feeding, they'll break the branch back to feed, and the branch will just break off and fall to the ground.
Many trees have lost all their leaves, and in parts the forest is destroyed. The race is now on to protect the eucalyptus trees. Barriers have been put in place, and there are efforts to curb the koala population. One such initiative involves catching and releasing koalas into other parts of Australia, a technique that, as Raymond Island shows, can sometimes be a little too successful.
Finally now, we'll leave you with a glimpse of Cambodia's first high-end canine restaurant. Edgar Allan Poe features a menu made for dogs, not from them. Commonly referred to as special meat, dogs are a popular snack in the country, and the restaurant aims to show how attitudes are changing towards the animal. Thanks for joining us here on Access Asia. We'll see you again next time.